So I'm just going to prepare some painted papers for my collage. So I'm just using some scrap watercolour paper, and I've scribbled across it with some wax candle, just sort of randomly, just trying to get some textures and things that might be useful for making collages with. So think of the colours that you'd like to see in your work, and just have fun covering it with colour, with the view to you cutting it out and collaging with it later. So we used watercolour paper for some of the painted papers, but you can use anything. This is just a piece of newsprint, and obviously different things are going to happen with different papers. Some are more absorbent than others, but because you're just using it for collage, actually the thinner the paper, the better it might be, because it'll get a flatter, when you stick down, everything will stick down a lot flatter. It'll be a bit like tissue paper. So just have a play around. You can try and use the same techniques with the wax, or you could use salt, or any of the techniques that you would normally use on your watercolour paper. Just have a go with lots of different things to give yourself some nice colour options to use in your artwork. So just let this dry naturally, and if it wrinkles up, it's not too much of a big deal, because you'll be gluing it down eventually. Here are some papers that I printed. So these are like little reject jelly plate prints, so I'm going to use those for collage as well. Anything that has big blocks of colour on it, nice and textured in tones, would be nice. And then don't forget, you could actually paint onto patterned paper. So if paper's already got a pattern on it like this, there's nothing to stop you from adding more colour to it, and you'll still see that pattern underneath it. This is going to dry quite clumpy because it's not particularly absorbent. If you actually bear with it, it does actually absorb eventually. We're painting with watercolour, but obviously if you paint with acrylics, it will sit better on top of that.